What's up, guys? My name is Brandon. You guys can call me Swifterrs, and welcome back to a brand new Fortnite video here on my channel. Today I'm coming at you guys with a super exciting video because in today's video we are going to be taking a look at a ton of brand new weapons that may be coming to Fortnite extremely soon. In today's video, we are going to be taking a much closer look at a ton of super awesome weapon concepts that were created by members within the Fortnite community. Now, even though these weapons are not currently in the game, it's very possible that Epic Games may actually add all of these weapons into Fortnite in an upcoming update, because as you guys know, Epic Games definitely listens to community feedback, and in the past, they have introduced a ton of community concepts into Fortnite, whether it's new skins, new locations on the map, and overall a general feedback about Fortnite. Regardless, in today's video we are going to be diving much deeper into a ton of crazy new weapons that may be coming to Fortnite extremely soon. Now, before we do get started with today's video, I do want you guys to let me know right now down in the comment section below, what is one weapon you guys think that Epic Games should remove from Fortnite? Personally, I think that the minigun needs to be vaulted. I really don't think it's all that great of a weapon, and I honestly don't think too many people use it. So personally, I would love to see Epic Games vault the minigun and have it completely removed from the game. Let me know your thoughts about what weapon you guys think should be removed in the comment section below. But with all of that out of the way, let's get started with today's video, taking a look at a bunch of brand new weapons that may be coming to Fortnite. Alrighty, guys, so to start this video off, the very first new weapon we may see coming to Fortnite extremely soon in an upcoming update is probably one of the most recognizable weapons in the world. Here we have the AK-47. Now, honestly, I am so surprised that Epic Games has yet to implement an AK-47 variant into Fortnite, and it's honestly a weapon that I would love to see come to the game, and it's a weapon that I have been hoping that Epic Games would eventually implement into the game. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I sort of feel like Epic Games has been giving a ton of attention to introducing new shotguns and new SMGs into Fortnite. Just to name a few of the recent weapon updates that we have had in the game, we've got the double barrel shotgun alongside the P90 SMG. So already in the past couple of weeks, we've had the introduction of a new shotgun and a new P90, but recently I don't think we've received a new rifle in a very long time. So personally, I would love to see Epic Games introduce a brand new assault rifle into the game. I honestly think that it could definitely balance out how powerful the SMGs are currently in the game. So maybe in an upcoming update, an AK-47 variant may be coming to Fortnite. I would personally love to see it come to the game because I honestly think that one of the most recognizable weapons in the world should definitely be added into Fortnite. So with this next new weapon, it's very similar to the AK-74, and I know I just talked about how Epic Games is constantly bringing SMGs into the game, but this is actually a new SMG, and as I said, it is very similar to the AK-47, but here we have the AKS-74U. Obviously, this is a compact version of the AK-47, and as I said, it is an SMG version of the AK-47, but the AKS-74U is another weapon I would personally love to see added into the game. So continuing on to another new weapon we may see coming to Fortnite. This is sort of similar to the AKS-74U in the sense that it's actually another SMG, and as I said, I know I just talked about how dominant and how sometimes overpowered the SMGs are in Fortnite, and how Epic Games should probably be focusing on introducing new assault rifle variants. However, with this new SMG, I definitely think it plays an important role here in the game. But with this new weapon, another potential SMG option in Fortnite is called the Vector. As you guys can see, this concept of this Vector submachine gun is super awesome, and the reason why I think Epic Games should add this into the game is because we don't currently have any scoped SMGs. Just think about it. Imagine having a scoped rifle that shoots extremely fast at a very high fire rate, but is rather more effective at close range rather than medium to long range. I know that may be sort of a weird concept, but I honestly think that having a scope on a legendary SMG could be a really interesting addition into Fortnite, and it can definitely make for some super awesome and unique looking plays here in the game. As I mentioned, I think that a scoped vector SMG should probably only come in a legendary variant, possibly an epic, so that would definitely decrease the likelihood of players getting constantly sprayed and killed with a scoped vector SMG if the spawn rate was highly decreased, just because the rarities of them would be a legendary and epic. Regardless, if Epic Games does decide to add the vector scoped SMG into Fortnite, I think it could be a super cool addition, and it honestly may not be all that overpowered, just because it may be a scoped rifle, and because of that, it may be a little bit difficult to actually aim down your sights and shoot enemies from close range. Regardless, I honestly think that a vector SMG that has a scope on it could be a very interesting addition into Fortnite. So, moving on to another new weapon we may see coming to Fortnite in an upcoming update. This one is super awesome, and it's definitely very different than a lot of the previous weapons you would probably expect to see added into the game. But here we have a paintball gun. Now, obviously, this is a bit more of a novelty weapon idea, and I don't know about you guys, but I think the addition of a paintball gun into Fortnite could be so freaking awesome. Obviously, a paintball bullet, it really isn't all that lethal. However, I feel like Epic Games could make it so the paintball gun actually does significant damage onto an enemy. Now imagine you have a paintball gun, you can constantly shoot streams of paintballs at the side of a building and completely cover it with paint. I think that could be so freaking funny. Now obviously a paintball gun doesn't normally take regular bullets and instead would take actual paintballs, and I feel like Epic Games could make this happen by making the paintball gun function very similar to the crossbow before they took it out of the game. As you guys remember, when we did have the crossbow in Fortnite, this was a weapon that didn't actually take the traditional ammo that we have in Fortnite and instead had an unlimited supply of arrows. So you never ran out of crossbow shots because you had an unlimited supply of arrows. So maybe in an upcoming update, Epic Games could introduce the paintball gun into Fortnite, and instead of taking traditional bullets, the paintball gun had an unlimited supply of paintballs. And of course, maybe the paintball gun really wouldn't do all that much damage. Maybe it would function very similar damage-wise as the crossbow did. However, if you shot the sides of buildings, you would completely cover them in paint. Regardless, I honestly think that a paintball gun in Fortnite could be a super fun idea. So moving on to another new weapon we may see coming into Fortnite. This one here is called the Railgun. Now personally, I'm not a huge fan of this weapon concept because this weapon is very different than our traditional weapons because it doesn't actually take regular bullets, and instead it fires a pulse which has the potential to completely penetrate through objects. So obviously, as you guys know, over these next couple of days we are expecting a brand new sniper rifle, being the heavy sniper, which actually penetrates through walls. However, with this railgun, it would actually fire a laser-like pulse, and it will completely demolish structures and buildings, and it has the potential to kill enemies beside a structure. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this weapon concept, but I wanted to include it in today's video just so I can get your guys' opinions about it. Continuing on to another new weapon we may see coming into Fortnite. This one is a weapon I can definitely see Epic Games introducing into the game. Here we have the battle rifle. For those of you who are big time Halo fans, you guys know exactly what this weapon is, but for those of you who don't know, the battle rifle is basically a scoped burst rifle. Now unfortunately, we currently do not have any scoped burst rifles in Fortnite, and honestly I would love to see Epic Games introduce some sort of scoped burst rifle concept into the game, and taking inspiration from the Halo battle rifle can definitely be a very cool start. So with this next new weapon, it's honestly a weapon I can very well see Epic Games adding into Fortnite just because there are currently no weapons that are like it. Here we have the semi-auto rifle. As I said, this is a super reasonable rifle request because currently there are no semi-automatic rifles. All that we have are semi-automatic snipers, bolt-action snipers, and bolt-action hunting rifles. However, I honestly think that if Epic Games added a fast-firing semi-automatic unscoped rifle, it can definitely be a huge game changer in the game. So continuing on to the final weapon in today's video that we may see coming to Fortnite, this one here is called the Incendiary Grenade. Now obviously this would function very similar to the gas grenade or the stink bomb, whatever you want to call it, but instead of emitting a toxic gas, this grenade would emit flames. Imagine throwing this grenade at an enemy structure, imagine it completely burning down the structure, because maybe this type of grenade not only could damage enemies, but may also have the potential to completely damage structures and potentially take them down. Overall, I would absolutely love to see a new type of throwable item added into Fortnite, so please be sure to let me know your thoughts about the Incendiary Grenade alongside all other weapons that I talked about in today's video. Regardless, guys, that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to drop a like down below, subscribe if you're new. As I mentioned in the beginning of today's video, please be sure to let me know down in the comment section below which weapon you guys think Epic Games should completely remove. Regardless, that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and with all of that out of the way, I'll be sure to catch you guys later.